Hey, have you ever thought about living in western Montana? Well, today we're going to just take a moment here, beautiful fall day in October, and I'm going to spend 24 hours with you. We're going to see what happens with the weather, and we're going to go around and look at some real estate. Hi, I'm Craig Siphers with the Montana Real Estate Channel, brought to you by Siphers Family Real Estate. We work at Exit Realty Bitterroot Valley South, and we'd love to be a resource for you if you're thinking about moving into, around, or out of the state of Montana. We've been involved in helping folks since 1966, and we would like to be here for you. All the information in order to get a hold of us is in the description below, and we get calls, emails, and text nearly every day from folks just like yourself who are looking to move into, in, and around the state of Montana. Right behind me is the Siphers Family Athletic Complex. This was named after my father, who started his real estate career in 1966. We've got a wealth of knowledge that we'd like to share with you, and we're going to share with you historic Stevensville, Montana. So we're going to enjoy this day. It was about 70, mid-70s today in October in Montana. We're going to take a good portion of 24 hours and kind of get a feel for the real estate and the weather. So let's go out and take a look at Stevensville.
Stevensville lies between two mountain ranges, and the weather can be relatively mild. But in Montana, the weather can turn on a dime. Today it's 70, tomorrow it'll be colder. Let's go look at some houses. This fabulous home has been home to the Cook family for decades. It is 2,500 roughly square feet and sits on just over 5.5 acres in the town of Stevensville. Let me tell you just a little bit more about this beautiful estate.
Behind me is the George May House. In 1892, the Mays moved to this area of Montana. It was George, Albert, and they had a third brother, William. And by 1899, they'd purchased some 3,000 acres, were running 20,000 head of sheep, 500 cows, and they started the Stevensville Mercantile, which eventually became one of the largest business in Montana. This beautiful home was constructed in 1909, is one of the great architectural pieces in western Montana, done by the renowned architect A.J. Gibson. So it's a fabulous piece, and we're going to go out and take a look at some more real estate here in Stevensville.
This beautiful example of neoclassical Georgian architecture is a wonderful home that is approximately 3,500 square feet on the first 3 floors, not counting the attic, and it has a creek running through the basement.
In the 1860s, the Bitterroot Valley was a great fruit growing area, and the Bass brothers came to town, and out on the east side, they had a wonderful fruit growing operation. They sold that and bought what was called the Pine Grove Ranch, several thousand acres. And then at about 1908, they sold that for a full $50,000 and took $10,000 and built the house behind me, the Bass House, which was constructed in 1909. It's got 5 bedrooms and 2 baths. And as it turns out, it's where I grew up. Another example of A.J. Gibson, a great architect here in western Montana.
This lovely Victorian is approximately 2,300 square feet. It's 3-bed, 2-bath.
This is another May house. This one was Albert May. Albert and his wife Phoebe moved into this home in about 1899. It was described by the local paper as palatial. It's got Victorian accents. It's got a wraparound porch. Very typical of the Stevensville at the turn of the century. Great architecture here in Stevensville on this beautiful fall day. So you can tell it's a little bit different day. And here we are, middle of October, and the weather is changing, and you can see the trees and the colors have started to change too, and we've got a little skiff of snow on St. Mary's in the background there. So we're going to go out and take a look at some more historic homes in Stevensville. And remember, if you like our channel, Montana Real Estate Channel, brought to you by Siphers Family Real Estate, subscribe, and leave a comment for us. Tell us what you think. So behind me is a little Buck bungalow built by one of the Buck brothers, 1910 in Stevensville. It's only about 1,200 square feet, part of the historic homes in Stevensville, so it's a little hard to get a good shot at because it's got a lot of foliage in front of it. It's a great little cottage, little bungalow in Stevensville.
This terrific craftsman is approximately 2,600 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 2 baths.
So this is on Church Street. This is the historic man house, and it's pretty new by the standards of historical homes in Stevensville. It actually was built in 1920.
This lovely home, as big as it looks, according to public records, is less than 2,200 square feet total. Let's learn more about it.
So behind me here is the Capel House. That's C-A-P-L-E. And this was constructed in 1909, like many of the homes in Stevensville during what was called the Apple Boom. Many of them were built from about 1900 to 1910. And of course, the man house that we just saw a little bit ago, built in 1920, but there are a number of homes that were built in that time frame. Wonderful historic structures.
This is the John Sharp House, and it is a very rare example that's left in the valley of plank construction.
And just behind me is actually the oldest continuous occupied house in Stevensville. Built in 1883. It has been owned by the Cunningham family now for many decades. A great example of homes in Stevensville.
Here's an example of Queen Anne Revival architecture, just about 2,200 square feet.
Here we are on Main Street in Stevensville, so it might be a little bit loud, but right behind me is the Danauer home. Another home that's on the National Register of Historic Places in Stevensville. And the plaque is not up right now, but I believe this home was built right around the turn of the century. You can actually probably find this on Wikipedia.
This home is 1,908 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, once owned by George McGovern.
This is the Calvin and Magdalene Cook House. This home was built in 1910. Here we are at historic St. Mary's Mission. Originally founded in 1841, this is where Montana began. And of course, the oldest home in Stevensville is probably the oldest home in Montana, and that is Chief Victor's home, built in 1862. Well, we hope you enjoyed this quick video of historic homes in Stevensville, Montana, brought to you by Siphers Family Real Estate through the Montana Real Estate Channel. Love to be a resource for you if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in the state of Montana. Check out our other videos in our video library and leave us a comment. Tell us which one of these historic homes you'd like to take a tour through, and maybe we can make that happen. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next video.